Okay, so quiz 6 of this series of videos on organic chemistry. Um, what we're looking to do is, can we draw or name the molecules that are given here? What I would like you to do is just pause the video, see if you can draw these correct molecules, or see if you can name these 6 molecules. Okay, right, let's see how we did. 3-chloro, 2-methyl, butane, 1-amine. Okay, so we've got 4 carbons in a row because it's bute. We've got an amine group coming off the first carbon, and then a methyl off the second, and a chlorine off the third. Amine, methyl, chlorine. Oh, nice and straightforward. 3-ethyl, 2-fluoro, pentan, 1-ol. Okay, enol is an OH group coming off the first. So the first carbon of 5 carbons is going to have an OH, the second is going to have a fluoro, and the third an ethyl group. And remember, an ethyl group is a CH2, then a CH3. And that's our molecule there. Okay, so the next one here, 2-iodo, 2-methyl propanoic acid. So propanoic acid is going to be 3 carbons with a carboxylic acid group off the first carbon. Now it's going to have a methyl group off the second carbon and an iodine group off the third carbon. Here we go. Iodo is the term that we use for an iodine atom attached. Isn't on this table here, but it kind of makes sense when you think that chlorine is chloro, bromine, bromo, fluorine, fluoro, iodine, iodo. Okay, the next one. This is actually spelt wrong. It should say hydroxyethanoic acid. So if this is 2,2-dichlorohydroxyethanoic acid, the hydroxy is the prefix for alcohol group, an OH group coming off the second carbon, and 2-chlorine functional groups, or 2 chlorine atoms coming off the second one as well. And this is ethanoic acid, so it's 2 carbons long, carboxylic acid off the first carbon, and alcohol and 2 chlorines off the second one. Okay, this fifth one here, we've got butanoic acid. There are 4 carbons in a row. There is 2 amino, so 4 carbons, carboxylic acid off the first, amine off the second, and a methyl group off the second and the third. So here we have it. We have a carboxylic acid. We have an amine coming off the second carbon here. And we have a methyl group coming off the second and the third carbon. Okay, next molecule. Oh, sorry, I've already put this up. 2-hydroxyethanoic acid. So it's an ethanoic acid molecule with a hydroxy group coming off the second carbon. So how do we name these last 6 molecules? Well, the first one, we have 1, 2, 3 carbons in a row with a carboxylic acid on the end. So this is going to be called enoic acid. I also have an alkene. Now there is actually a prefix for an alkene, but I haven't put it on here, but we don't need the prefix. So instead of calling this propanoic acid, we're going to call this propenoic acid, and we're going to put a number in to show where the double bond is. So it's going to be propentanoic acid. Plus we have this fluorine here, so it's going to be 3-fluoropropentanoic acid. Sorry, prop-2-enoic acid. The next one here, we have 1, 2, 3 carbons in a row, carboxylic acid, so it's going to be enoic acid. We have an OH and an amine functional group. It doesn't matter which one of these amine or OH is a priority, because the carboxylic acid has already taken the priority and the suffix. But we know that the OH, the hydroxy, is coming off the second carbon and the amine off the third. So this is going to be 3-amino, 2-hydroxy, propanoic acid. Now remember, we put the amino before the hydroxy because we write the prefixes in alphabetical order. Okay, so the next one, again, we have a carboxylic acid and an alkene, so we're going to call this an enoic acid instead of anoic acid. And we have the double bond coming off the second one again, but it's butanoic acid this time, so it's but-2-enoic acid. Okay, so this fourth molecule here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons in a row, a carboxylic acid. coming off the end here group. So this is going to be pentanoic acid, and if we count along 1, 2, 3 from the carboxylic acid end, 2 OH groups coming off the third carbon. So this is going to be 2, 3 dihydroxy pentanoic acid. Okay, so the fifth one here, we have 4 carbons in a row, and we have 3 functional groups. We have an OH hydroxy functional group, a Br functional group, an NH2 functional group. We have to work out which one has the higher priority here, and it is the alcohol, so it's a null. So I'm going to start numbering from this side as well, and the overall molecule is going to be butane 1-ol, enol, sorry. Butane 1-ol, and we're going to have an amino, and a bromine, a bromo. So it's going to be, because A becomes before B, I'm going to put that amino prefix first, and we're going to have 3 amino, 2 bromo, butane 1-ol. Last one here is an alkene in our main functional group. So this is pentene. It's coming off the second carbon. So it's going to be pent-2ene, and it's also got an amine hydroxy functional group, and of course the amine is going to be written first because it becomes before hydroxy in the alphabet. So we're going to have 3 amino, 2 hydroxy, pent-2ene. And that is the end of my naming here. So look, these are the hardest molecules you'll ever have to name. They will never get that hard in the test. What you do need to think about is, are you trying to apply the rules? Are you applying them properly? Can you remember the prefixes and the suffixes? You won't be expected to know. So when you go and do the amines and hydroxy, let's say an amine, hydroxy, and a carboxylic acid, you don't have to know which one has a higher priority out of those two. But you do need to remember, the most important things is remember to put things in alphabetical order, right? Try to give the lowest possible numbering you can, and always remember that carboxylic acids have the highest priority. Okay, good luck with your naming. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully this has made you more confident with your chemistry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment about anything that you want to with this video or any questions you have. I'll see you later.